If you sons of bitches haven't heard about Anchor by now, let me clue you in. It is the absolute easiest way to record a podcast, and you can do it right from the palm of your hand. Unless you're using like a cell phone from like the mid-90s, in which case just get a new fucking phone, dude. I mean, it's time to upgrade, right? It has all of the tools that will allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Cast, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place, and best of all, it's totally fucking free. Download the Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. Oh, it's your homeboy. I'm your homeboy. In case that wasn't clear, Chad is your homeboy. So you're going to be hollering at me when you holler. Okay, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recordings themselves are now being brought in. They look like oversized tape reels. A technician is now placing one on the machine for silence. The lights are going down. The red indicator light on the machine has just gone on. The technicians are threading another spool into the machine. The machine has started.
Hello? Yeah, they collect a call. Who's calling, please?
G.G. Allin.
Will you pay for the call?
Yes. I've heard stories about some of your antics on stage. A stage set that consists of a stool and 3 bottles of laxative, and going and rolling around in your shit and eating it and shoving the microphone up your ass.
You know, that's my inner fluids, and I've eaten other people's, and I've eaten my own, and if anything, I'm just trying to throw shit at the people because that's the way I see them. You know, I don't really like people that much. I'm kind of there to make them my target. As far as I'm concerned, they're my enemy.
Well, the audience in the past, as I recall, have fought back a number of times.
Well, some have. That's what you get when you create a war. You're going to get some sort of retaliation, and I welcome that. I mean, I've had death threats, but that doesn't stop me. I go into every show with full acceleration that somebody's going to get hurt.
Why aren't you dead? I mean, you've been shot, beat up.
I pretty much can live 10 years in one. I mean, I just live every single day to take whatever I want, to do whatever I want, because to me, there is no tomorrow until that day actually arrives. It's amazing that I am alive.
Earlier this year, you wrote and sent out an essay speaking of supernatural powers and such, and in it, you take credit for, among other things, being Jesus Christ, God, and Satan, all rolled up into one,
right?
Creating Elvis Presley, and destroying Iggy Pop and the Sex Pistols.
I mean, everybody else has stopped. Everybody else has drawn lines, limits, and conformed themselves or sold out. No, I was born Jesus Christ, and I have fucked the devil. I've had some very intimate conversations with evil, and I think that evil is important, and I think it's also important to put fear in people's hearts. That's what rock and roll is all about. Rock and roll isn't about the way you look, the way you dress, what you got, what your sound is, what's hip this week, what's hip next week. Rock and roll is take what you want, do what you want, whatever you got to do. Rock and roll is supposed to be scary.
Thanks for listening to the Secret Society of Stuff.
You say that I'm the only one. I say your sand will linger on over the meadow through the storm, onto the ocean and shake out the dawn. You say that we will live a song. I say our hearts will be as one. We have known, lost in the moment as the world carries on. Our faces turn onto the sky. This life could never ever lie. See the sun turn the day I got on my mind. Even the day I could never be born. smile. Much pain and goes to lay. Our lives are simply passed away. Memory fell. Hold my hand, come walk with me down to the river's edge. No time for memory. Hold my hand, come walk with me. We shall be free as one. There is no memory. High upon a hill, in a moment far away, stood a man with time in his hands. High upon a hill, in a moment far away, stood a man with time in his hands. Think of all the things that have passed you by, the experiences that change you and make you what you are. These are the things that matter. High upon a hill, in a moment far away, stood a man with time in his hands. High upon a hill, in a moment far away, stood a man with time in his hands. Things that matter.
were listening to the Secret Society of Sucker Lick himself from the chest.
The second episode of the second season of the Secret Society of Stuff will resume shortly-ish, within the next day or two, depending on your definition of what a day is and how many hours that is, whatever culture you come from. I don't know what that is, but ish, somewhere around that area-ish. Don't get your fucking hopes up for punctuality, people. It's not gonna fucking happen, but, you know, we're trying. We're shooting for Mondays. We're shooting for Mondays.